Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. You're looking live inside of Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center here with Coach Vernon from Campbellsville University. And, Coach, 50-27 at halftime here. The Bears kind of taking it out to IU Cougars. The Cougars have a good team, so the Bears better become ready to play in the second half.
Yeah, Pikeville's done a really good job. Almost so you can tell they're really fluent in their offense. They've got this good lead. We had a lead yesterday, and I give Kokomo credit. They really battled back and played well in the second half. And again, Pikeville just needs to stick to what they're doing, and hopefully we'll be able to come out on top and keep their lead. Yeah,
you guys, you and the IU Kokomo have played one of those instant classic games yesterday here in the Southeast Sports Network, and part of the show, 61-59. You had a graduate student hit a big shot here late, and then they come back and they had a fifth-year kid hit a shot to seal the game 61-59.
Yeah, I'm going to say we've been in a lot of close games, and unfortunately we just haven't been able to get over the top in those. Keyston made a big three late in the game to tie it up, and then you got to give credit to their point guard. Sprinted down the floor, made a very tough contested 15-footer in the corner, and unfortunately for us it was a dagger that we couldn't overcome. But we're still trying to figure a few things out. We make strides. We're just right now a little inconsistent, not quite in being able to sustain in the second half and put a full 40 together. So that's what we're working towards right now, and we're making progress, but we got to be a little tougher. And if we can do that, there's still plenty of time for us to right this ship.
I think you got a lot of bench production yesterday. Cole Penny come off the bench with 25. Come off the bench yesterday with 25 points. You ended up of your 59 points, 34 come off the bench. Talk about the importance of that. The roster development and also bench development, Coach.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things we've had a hard time this year is, just trying to find the right combinations. And Kobe, he's a returner for us from last year, and he's a prolific scorer. We've brought him off the bench all year, and it could change some at a time. But with Kobe, he comes out and gives us a spark that we really like coming off the bench. A guy that plays anywhere from 22 to 25 minutes, and we feel like any night he can come out and score in that 15 to 20 point range. So it's really nice to have coming off the bench. Dalton Kramer has been a really good presence for us as a newcomer this year. The biggest thing that we're sort of lacking right now is we're having pretty good point guard play, but we're still a little short in that area, as well as getting our post a little bit more touches around the paint. Everything's a little floating too much. We got to throw it inside to Noah and Jay a little bit more, and we got to have them get some post catches. Keyston Brown is recovering now from an injury in his back, and he's been really good since he's been back, but his conditioning's a little off. Again, he was out for about 6 weeks with a toe injury. Cam Vick, who's only down to one semester. After today, we don't play again until December 13th. So today will be our last game without Cam Vick, hopefully, who we feel will be a major presence for us, one of our better players, a point guard that can score the ball and just create opportunities to make the game a little easier for everybody else.
Also, Jay Milburn's one of those talented players you have too as well, Coach. I thought yesterday got a little two-man action a couple of times. He had a couple of big threes for you as well.
Yeah, Jay's done a nice job. I'm going to say that I think the biggest thing is, Jay's a good shooter. At times right now he's fallen a little bit too much in love with the three-point shot, and that's what we're trying to get. We have to get him more post catches, and that's on me to make sure I present him the right possibilities and chances and get him some touches that are quality catches. And then whenever we get those opportunities, we get a post catch without turning it over, which has been a difficult thing for us at times. But Jay's done a really nice job. He's continued to get better every year. This is his third year in our program. And again, I think this last year and a half that he's going to be here, it'll continue to progress, and he'll do better and better.
Also, Coach, I know doing my pregame prep for you guys, we're taking on Oakland City today, too. So you guys like to get up down the floor, average about 84 points per ball game. Also, I'm being very impressed. You out-rebound your opponents by about 7.5 rebounds per ball game. Talk about that mindset, Coach.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes from Jay. When Jay's out on the floor, he's a very good rebounder. But then you look at a guy like Dalton Kramer, he's only 5'10", but he's probably getting 7 or 8 rebounds a game.
Had 10 yesterday.
Yeah, and the game before, I think he had actually 12.
Oh, wow.
I want to say he's really crafty. He's a very good offensive rebounder. He does a great job of just sort of finding holes in the defense whenever they're trying to defensive rebound. And those two guys have really set us apart. But guys like KJ Banks, he's done a nice job in helping us from the 4 spot, and our guards have done good. We do like to play fast. Yesterday was a little more low scoring than we wanted, but at the same time, our defense has been a little stagnant. So we tried to control the game late instead of playing as fast. to try to help our possessions, and it didn't quite work out. Again, for me as a coach, we're just trying to find out the best way to where we can finish games. We're getting to where we're leading with 4 or 5 minutes to go, and we're not able to finish right now. And that's something myself and all of our guys are working on, just trying to put ourselves in the best position.
You can tell you have a very talented team. You score at a high clip at 84 points per ball game. Only turn it over 12 times a game as well. You're talking about the importance of your guard play. I think you play very efficiently. I know the record doesn't indicate how good of a season you've had. You've played some top quality competition, but also just kind of come a little bit short, maybe a possession here or two. I mean, yesterday you're one possession away from winning that ball game.
Absolutely, and that's really been our season in reality. We've lost 5 games, I think a total of 24 points. So, and everything is, a couple of those games, it's one possession with 10 seconds left and something happens where you foul to get to 5 points. First half, we've been very good a lot of times. Second half, we're just not quite as consistent. On the year, we're only averaging like 4.5 turnovers a game in the first half. We get into that second half, and we're getting to 7 or 8, and a lot of that comes from mental fatigue, and that's where we just got to do a better job of maybe limiting some minutes to where we're not playing everybody in too long stretches, to where they're a little more fresh, and at the same time, we got to be able to be a little mentally tougher and fight through some fatigue, because you want certain guys on the floor in those last 5 or 6 minutes. But again, that you don't win conferences in November and December, and that's what we're preaching to our guys, and that they're doing a really nice job of coming in every day and working. Now we just have to be able to change that mindset, get some positive things to happen, and change this momentum the other way.
And Coach, playing in the Mid-South, you guys haven't played any conference games yet. You'll start in January, your conference season. I'd like for you to kind of talk about the importance of the reason you made the decision to come and play in this show. This is such a great event. What's your purposes of coming to the team sport?
It's our first year as our men's program coming. It's something that we've always watched, and it's never really worked out. We've always had a Thanksgiving Classic. Last year, Coach Colvin and the women's team came, and she talked about how good it was and able to get 2 games against 2 quality opponents. So we decided it was something that we needed to do. 1, to get quality opponents on our schedule, but 2, I think it's very important for our guys to come and see the atmosphere, to be able to watch games throughout the day, to see some of these top-ranked teams that are getting to the national tournament year in and year out, to see some of the things that they do and the way they play, and just be able to evaluate some competition outside of your league as well as other teams that are in your league. The NAI, I think, is as strong as it's ever been, and you've seen some very impressive performances so far this weekend. So it was one of those, to me, as a no-brainer. It's been a really good experience for our team, and I expect us to continue to do this, because to be able to play 2 quality opponents and see the quality opponents that are here that maybe you don't get to see on a regular basis is very good for us.
My closing question here, Coach, this is your 9th season in Campbellsville. I mean, a lot of people watching the show this weekend. NAI Hoops Report's been very active in following us, and Cascade Hoops Report was following the show. What's some of your favorite memories of Campbellsville?
Man, just to bring this one up, it's always special when you have guys that you've coached and they come back. Andrew Smith, a player for us, he started a year and a half for us, was a 2-time All-American, scored over 1,000 points in his career. He's from Johnson City, now lives about 30 minutes from here. He showed up today to be able to watch our guys. And so whenever you see former players, it takes you back to their time here. Andrew was a part of 2 national tournament teams. We had some special games. I want to say probably one of the most memorable games is at Pikeville in the conference tournament. Coach Wells and them had a group that was ranked top 5, and we upset them at their place and probably solidified a bid to the national tournament. So those 2 years, and having Andrew and Hagan and Zob and some of those guys that were there, and be able to have Andrew come back and see him and just sort of talk about some of those past memories, those are always the best times. It's
truly not about your time while you're on campus at Campbellsville. It's about the next 40, right? And
it really is.
It's awesome.
And you talk about this group, and, sometimes as a coach you get too I don't know how to put it the best way. You get so enamored by your team, and you want it so badly for them. Our group right here, and that's what we see every day, is how much they're bringing the energy every day and working every day, and how bad they want it. So as a coach, you want it for them because their camaraderie is so good, our team chemistry is so good, and you want them to have these memories that 10, 20, 30 years from now they come back and talk about. So we're going to keep working. We're going to make this thing a special season and just continue to play well. And try to make this season special for those seniors and all these other guys.
Well, Coach, I definitely appreciate your time, and good luck today against
Thank you
Oakland
so
City as well.
much. Yes,